Assalamu alaikum, family. You're tuned into the Sajdah channel, and I'm your host, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad. I am excited. Today, let's talk about love and being human medicine for one another. So be a friend, tell a friend. We'll be back after a few short messages and a beautiful prayer. See you in a few.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee. And he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee. And I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who in my judgment is the master historian, taught us that of all our studies, history is the most attractive, and it is best qualified to reward the researcher. History is most attractive. Why should history be most attractive? Because history is the recorded time of the human family in its struggle to overcome obstacles. There is no life that is without struggle. The Holy Quran teaches us that man, meaning man and woman, is made to face difficulties. And after difficulty comes ease. But it is history that guides us through difficulty. For if you know how people who had difficulty yesterday got through, and if your difficulty is somewhat similar, then today we also can get through if we follow the guidance of history. This is why Carter G. Woodson and many of our black giants fought for black people to know our history. Because in not knowing our history, we don't have a guide. And without a guide, we are lost. No wonder the Bible
Assalamu alaikum, family. Welcome to the Sajdah channel. Good morning, grand rising, peace be unto you, all those good things. I hope everybody's doing well. Tomorrow is Black Opera in White. I'm very excited. We only have 12 seats left. That's it, 12 seats. And I'm really, really excited to share this art, this celebration. We have so many things to celebrate. It is the birth anniversary of our beloved father, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Sometimes I don't talk about him much because it just brings me to tears. His beauty, his love, the way he loves in such a way that it's like human medicine. And it's something that I thought, to talk about today because some of us are so hateful and so mean and so filled with the desire to control and direct people's thoughts. We're so judgmental that once we make a judgment, we spend our time just pounding our thoughts and our ideas into other people because we want people to see people, places, and things the way we see people, places, and things. That we're not human medicine to others like the minister is. We're actually literally human poison. Our words depress people. They lower vibrations. And you know how they say strive to be like Jesus? I say strive to be like the minister. The way he loves is literally like human medicine. And so I ask each and every one of us, when people interact with us, when people come in contact with us, what are we doing? Because those people who are judgmental and controlling, when they come in contact with other people, they are judging that person to see where they are on the scale of a belief system that they are constructing. I'm going to say that again. That judgmental, that controlling person has created parameters of acceptance. And so they have certain judgments and the way that they see certain people, the way that they see things, the way that they handle things, the way they look at money, whatever it is. Then when you come around them, they're doing one of two and or things. They're either trying to make sure that they continue to convince you and gaslight you into believing and thinking about things the way they believe and think about things, or they're judging you to determine whether or not you got the memo. And that just that very process, even if you if what you believe in is the truth, that very process of manipulation is low vibrational. You in a position as a business owner, as a leader who engages in that type of manipulation, you are literally lowering the vibration of your employees, your staff, your organization, your team, and you're literally depressing people. Because oftentimes, what people believe about you is bigger than how they feel. So they may say, oh, well, you know what? That's the Pope. I believe in him and I got to believe in him and I got to believe in what he says. Or they may, I'm just not singling out one particular person, and congratulations to the new Chicago Pope. Leo the 14th, I believe. He's from the South Side, born in Bronzeville. I think he grew up in Dalton. It'd be interesting to see what that means and what his views are. Anyway, I digress. And I forgot where I was. But yeah, sometimes people's belief system and what they believe about you is bigger than how they feel. And they don't know the importance of monitoring how something makes them vibrate will mean a lot, especially when people have been through trauma. So as an employee, because they know they need their job or because they know they want something that you're going to give them, whether it's access, whether it's a paycheck, whatever it is, that is like a mini God to them. And so they will sit there and allow you as a leader to abuse them and make them feel bad. And they will even allow themselves to go into a full-blown state of hopelessness and depression. And they will even allow you to stop them from loving. All of this is because we are not thinking about being that human medicine like the minister is to so many of us. Where when you sit down in front of him or talk to him or listen to a lecture or just hear the words and the vibrational tone of his voice, it's healing. It's like going to a lake of love and just soaking in it. So, love. I brought us a video. I forgot. I put it up here, but I did not bring it in. I just want to show all these things to remind us about the importance of love. And again, if we love right, we can literally be, what I'm saying is human medicine for one another. Have you ever been around somebody? This is the power of human connection. And after you talk to them, they just depress you and the energy just makes you sad. Or sometimes people are so, here's another thing. It's the manipulation. Sometimes people are so manipulation that it becomes bullying. And even in their love, they're a whole full-blown bully. And when they're bullying you into loving them and being the way they want you to be, it's very low tone. It's very low vibrational. It's not human medicine at all. It's literally human poison. Because when you can sit in front of somebody and say words that bring them all the way down just because you're trying to do something or get them to think a certain way or get them to say certain things or whatever. And I caution my conscious entrepreneurs on this. I'm coming out with an assessment, and it's going to help us to determine whether or not we're practicing predatory capitalism in our businesses. Because a lot of us learn this stuff by watching other people who are practicing predatory behaviors. And we bring it into our business. And so we're going to get an assessment. I'm working on that, where we'll be able to make that determination. Are you practicing predatory capitalism? Because oftentimes we are. Oftentimes, I won't give it away. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to leave it at that. But oftentimes we're predators. We're predators because we are trying to convince people to accept our wrongdoing. So if you know that maybe the product you're introducing into the community isn't of good quality, you might decide, okay, I'm going to just be a predator and see if I can manipulate people into thinking it's okay. This is what this predatory capitalism that we see on a day-to-day basis is attempting to do to us. In America, excuse me, it's gotten us to agree to poisonous food and think it's okay. When we see the beautiful, colorful advertising of this stuff on television, we don't think about that item may be poisonous. We think about engaging in whatever we saw there on the screen. It's the same type of gaslighting that oftentimes we do as business leaders. Even when we're so-called doing crisis management and we're trying to get out in front of a message, sometimes what we do is that we come out and we're trying to manipulate the thoughts in advance so that when the information comes out to our shareholders and our stakeholders, they won't be as free thinking about it because we've already told them how they should think and they should be. These are all very low vibrational activities, not at all rooted in love. And let me tell you, love is a superpower. And what you do in your organizations, in your businesses, obviously, I'm not talking about just that kind of sappy love where you're bringing cookies, cakes, and donuts and just, melting and oozing all over people. I'm talking about that functional freedom, justice, and equality type of love. Not deceptive intelligence, not gaslighting, that type of love that people can feel and know so that when they're in your presence, you call a staff meeting and they feel like, oh, I'm so happy she called a staff meeting. This is like human medicine. They get a text from you and it feels like human medicine. They get an email from you. And even if you're telling them something that's not so pleasant, they can still say thank you. I learned this in medicine. I remember my business partner, Dr. Dormu, practiced that type of medicine. And literally, if he had to share bad news with someone, they would be doting on him saying, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. We love you, Dr. Dormu. Thank you. And I thought, wow, he just gave them some of the most devastating news that they probably expected or didn't expect to receive, but yet they're doting on him. And so I started to study that. And it reminded me of how the minister rolls. And I told him that. I said, I don't know if you know that or not, but that is a very powerful trait and a powerful characteristic to have, where you can deliver some devastating news to somebody, like your loved one just expired, or the surgery didn't go well, or I'm sorry to say, but you have this quote unquote alleged terminal illness, whatever. And they would come back and dote on him. I told him, study the minister and study how he is human medicine, no matter what he's talking about, no matter what he's sharing with us, rooted in it's because in his vibration is love. He's loving us into a certain state of being, not manipulating us into a certain state of being, but loving us into that as a leader. And so in our businesses, we have to consider that. Looking out for our employees, making them a stakeholder in our business, looking out for our customers, making sure that we're introducing quality, much needed goods and services into our community, making sure that everybody who interacts with us and connects with us can walk away feeling better, more powerful, even if we had to deliver bad news to them. Powerful. Anyway, let's take a look at this quick 5-minute video on love, and we'll be back and talk some more about it on the other side.
So the people that do the daring things, people who've made history, people that have changed the course of history, people that are making the dramatic difference on the planet, if you ask them, what will make you face this kind of heat, this kind of fire, this kind of rejection? If you ask them, they'll tell you, it's worth it for me to do this. They've found their post, they've found their place, they've found something inside themselves that has given them the strength to face the heat. When other people would become cowards and run away and say, I can't do that, they will step forward and say, I will. I'll take it. And you have that in you. You have the capacity to make that happen in your life. That your life is worth whatever effort that you're willing to put forth. Willing to reject the desire to be average. Finishing this book called Average, the Enemy Within. That you know, I don't want to be average. I want to be different. Now, what is it that we find that will give us that tenacity, that will give us that courage to stand up, that will give us the strength to break habits, that will give us the kind of dedication and determination to come back again and again and again? What will do that for us? How do you find that stuff? How do you find it? It's worth it when you love it. When you love it. That love will help you bridge a lot of challenges. It will help you handle many obstacles. That kind of love that you have within yourself for the things that you do, if it's representing some particular public policy, if it's running a marathon, if it's handling a business, if it's working with the physically handicapped, or working with our children, or wanting to do something to protect the environment. Because this is what you said, I finally found my peace over here. I want to do this, and I might catch a lot of heat for it, but it's okay. It's all right. I'm willing to do that. And it will drive you. It will keep you going. Folks will look at you in total amazement. Saying, how could you do that? How could you? Where does the energy come from? I can tell you based upon my own experience that when you get going, when you get rolling, when you can start coming at it again and again and again, even when you feel sometimes that there's just no way there, and that you wonder where you will get the strength from. You want to give up, you want to fall down, you want to turn around and run with everybody else. You're going to question yourself. You're going to say, is this really making much sense? That's all going to happen to you. That's going to happen to you in the midst of all this. Trying to rebuild my life. Most people judging the young man that I talked with outside who said, I've given up 20 years of my life in prison. Most people looking at him would say, hey, he's a loser. You know what this guy said? My life is worth whatever I have to do to come back again.
I wanted to share that because, you know, when we think about that one thing that we would do, that thing that makes us pull ourselves up, the thing that makes us wake up and get up again and again is love. Do you notice that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said to us to first love yourself? And in loving yourself is going to make you do things for yourself. And the more you love yourself, the more you're encouraged to love yourself, the more you're going to do. Okay, we just got to notice that our software is having trouble streaming to Facebook and that it's an issue on Facebook's end. So just to let you guys know that, if you are on Facebook, I apologize. I'm just going to delete us off Facebook and just tell you all to jump over to YouTube or LinkedIn to join us. Okay. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're still there. So let's go back to love and being human capital. You know, love is a superpower. And those of us that are very empathic and very sensitive, we have to be very careful. I've learned this the hard way. How much we give of ourselves, how we give to people. There are some people, no matter what you do for them, no matter what you give them, they're always going to have a problem with it. And so those may be the people that you don't necessarily want to spend your time trying to love. May not be. Maybe those aren't the people that you want to dedicate yourself to. See, here's the thing. I heard something yesterday that somebody said that was so powerful, and I never thought of it like that. It was a brother on a podcast, and he said, I finally found my giver. And I was like, huh. And he was talking about his wife. And I said, oh, that's powerful. Somebody who was willing and could handle the love that he's willing to give, but then somebody who also was able to love him that same way. I'm the same way. I'm looking for my giver, because you don't want people who are going to take advantage of your love. You don't want people who can't accept your love, and you don't want people that don't have a lot of love to give, right? You don't want people who are not willing to love on you. And so we have to be very mindful of that, especially in today's day and time. Let me tell you something. Do you know that you can give a very mean, controlling, and hateful message to your team or to your staff, and somebody will go out and something bad will happen to them because you've lowered their vibration and their tone just that much in your effort to try to manipulate them into thinking about a person, place, or thing the way you want it to be? See, we have to love one another into healing. And so I want to issue a challenge. I'm not going to talk long this morning because we are getting ready for the opera, and I gotta get out of here and go do some things. But I want to challenge us to be human medicine to as many people as we can today. That may simply mean smiling at somebody. You know how much power is in this smile right here? That may mean telling someone that you love them. That may mean sending someone a gift. That may mean offering help and assistance to someone and they didn't even expect it. One of the prayers that I pray for people all the time is that they receive blessings that they didn't expect. I always pray that people receive blessings that they didn't expect, that they receive more love and goodness than they've ever experienced or imagined. And I want that to be oozing from my person, my character, so that you feel that. And when you practice that kind of love, those manipulative, those controlling people, they don't really have a place in your life. But more importantly, they don't have power over your life. Because love is a superpower. Love will make you stand up and do the unthinkable. Love will give you strength out of nowhere. Love will give you the answers to the problem that you didn't even know you could even figure out. And let me give you one last hint. let's work on not begging and crying and trying to practice sorcery and witchcraft in our prayers. Did y'all know that? We oftentimes try to just manipulate God into what it is that we want. Just like these people are trying to manipulate you into thinking about people, places, and things the way they want you to think about it. Oftentimes we are doing God the same way. We're treating Allah the same way. And so, see, Allah came to give us access to everything. He measured the earth. He surveyed it for us. He told us how much is the land, how much is the water, how many people are here or there. He gave us all of these lessons about the earth. And there's even more out there about the universe. He stretched it to the universe. How far will our thoughts travel? And how fast is the speed of light? So he told us we were makers, the owners, the cream of the planet Earth, gods of the universe. What? We already got access. So begging and pleading is not the way. We want to be grateful. We want to command certain energies into our presence. I command love into my life. I command that the universe love on me and engulf me in its powerful, beautiful, juicy, productive love. I pray and command in my prayer that my presence oozes the essence of the universe. This is what we should be doing, but we can't imagine it because we're like, well, I can't imagine commanding God to do anything. Well, we're not commanding God to do anything. God already gave you access to everything. But see, we go in and out of consciousness. We're like a radio station that sometimes we're in tune and sometimes we're out of tune. We're like shabby internet. Sometimes you got a connection, sometimes you don't, right? But Allah, all is always there, all there. Y'all get that? So we just got to tap in. What happens is we don't tap in. And when we're not tapped in and tuned in and turned on to the right frequency, we come out mad. We come out manipulating. We come out saying, look, you better do this and that, and don't you dare. Whoa, wait a minute. See, because if you was tuned in, turned on, and tapped in, we can love one another into that space of healing. Look, people need a break nowadays. People need a relief. It's hard out here. There's a lot going on. People got a lot of burdens on them. They're challenged. See, and when they're getting a break and they're feeling that love, it makes it a little easier to find the right path. A little easier. So I'm going to say, spend time today being human medicine to somebody. That goes with our theme for the weekend, right? Music, color, light, medicine, energy. Join us tomorrow as we fill the air with music and medicine at the Black Opera in White event at Sajdah House. It's not really like a concert. It's really just sharing in the living room, sharing love, sharing light, sharing vibrations in the sacred space of the former home of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who had such great, amazing love for us, whose presence is so powerful. Love. We're celebrating the birth anniversary of our beloved Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. whose love is just palpable. He got that kind of love that you can just grab it and squeeze it. It's just palpable. You can feel it in every fiber of your body. I'm going to give you a hint, a secret. And once you feel it, it's so powerful, you can always call it back up. I've traveled around the world, and after having spent time around the minister and basking in that love, Allah pulled me from that environment and had me going on project after project around the world. I was everywhere, but in fact, I was nowhere at the same time, because I could pull that energy of his love right up here into my heart. I call it the Jesus within. And I ask us to work on being that to one another, to loving one another. Bless someone when they didn't expect to be blessed. Give a gift to someone who didn't expect it. No special occasion. Just be loving. Give someone relief from this hardcore, dogged world that we're all forced to be a part of. And if you don't have anything to give and you say, I don't have much, give them a smile. And here's the number one thing you can say that is the greatest prayer of all, is peace be unto you, or assalamu alaikum. All right, family, get your tickets. We will see you tomorrow. I'm going to head out. We're going to do coffee talks tomorrow morning. But don't forget, I want you to be human medicine and love on somebody today. Just be walking and oozing aspects of love. That don't mean you're a punk. That don't mean you don't have no boundaries. It just means that you understand the power of love and the power of the universe. Peace and blessings, family. Love you all. Remember, it's not personal, it's vibrational.